Hello. I am putting my skates on to go skate on my outdoor rink for the first time this winter I should say. I didn't get to skate on it in 2024, but I wanted to open the vlog, the New Year reset. I'm almost done editing and uploading the last vlog you saw, which is going up today. But I wanted a little break to get some fresh air. I took a couple weeks off of filming, or almost 2 weeks, like a week and a half. I was struggling, you guys. Plus, I was working on getting like all my stuff together for my taxes, and that's boring and has lots of personal information in it. So of course I did not put that on the internet for privacy reasons. But I got all my stuff together to do my taxes. I just have to wait for some documents to come in from my bank. I made myself a cup of tea to help stay warm out there. I'm wearing leggings and sweatpants, a tank top, a t-shirt, and a turtleneck jumper, and I have my vest and a scarf and a hat and gloves. And I'm gonna do a little live stream skating around. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly kind of open the vlog before I forgot to, because I'm so out of the habit of vlogging. And I know this is like a horrible angle and you can't even see my face, so apologies. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into a good pattern, routine, and whatnot. So that's kind of what this vlog is going to be about. Just some changes I'm making, not so much for the new year, but just to cope with everything that's happened recently in my life. And one of them is staying home more, but getting outside as well. So skating outside in the winter is kind of one of my most favorite things to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to skate a little bit, edit, upload, and then I put this leg warmer on upside down. It's really tight. One of these like is slightly shorter in the threads. But then tonight I want to finally work on getting my Christmas decorations taken down and put away. At least start on it. I think I'm going to take the ornaments off the tree and maybe get that taken down so I can move my desk over into the sunlight. Since I started writing a book. I'll talk about that more later. I'm going to go skate now. Hello. So I've gotten the majority of everything done on my kind of New Year reset to-do list. I have a few things left, which I'm actually going to do right now, but most of it was kind of, as I mentioned, work-related and taxes, renewing certain like exams and certifications so I could keep coaching, skating, those sort of things. Also, I had to switch health insurance this year because they were going to raise my old health insurance up by $300 a month for really no apparent reason. But I selected a new primary care doctor, and now I'm searching for a new therapist because mine retired and I really need therapy. I'm like big sad. I'm going to be very honest. I am not doing well at all. It's scaring me a little bit. I haven't been this low in a very long time. And I think it's just a combination of my usual depression and anxiety that I deal with and my PTSD. That's always kind of a fun sandwich to try to shove down your throat. Layered on top of that, was the passing of Junior and also seasonal depression. We're getting less sunlight. I'm sitting here because it's by the open window and earlier it was in the sunlight. So I'm trying to combat that as much as I can. And one of those ways is finding a therapist. I'm also trying to just take everything day by day, trying my best to find some sort of routine. I think a routine will really help me kind of get to the other side of all of this, I'm hoping. That's something I want to sit and work on while I do an external hard drive backup for my computer because I haven't done that since like October, I think. So we're due. Plus it's a nice way to free up some space on my computer. And I've also been trying to catch up on my editing and uploading of my shorts and like reels and TikToks, even though the elephant in the room, TikTok is potentially being shut down. Whatever. We all know it's not for the reasons they're saying it's for. I also want to make some like new wallpapers because everything is still Christmas themed. As you saw, I took down all of my Christmas decorations and I put up some Valentine's decorations because, like I said, I'm very sad. Still wanted some glitter. Still wanted some pizzazz. And I've already put a few things in my Michael's cart. So when they go on sale, I can pick up a few things because I don't really have any green St. Patrick's Day decorations. I also put in some like spring Easter themed garland, but they're not Eastery. They're just kind of cute, adorable spring things because I'm trying everything at this point and they're not expensive. I'm not dropping like $50 here. I literally spent $15 on those Valentine's decorations and I'm so happy with how they turned out. I think they're adorable. I feel so clever for taking that little box of felt hearts that's just meant to be thrown in a little bowl as decoration and putting them on little sticks for all my plants because it was so much cheaper than the sticks they had to go in plants. They were really expensive actually, so very smart, very thrifty. But yeah, new wallpapers, clean out my downloads folder, that kind of usual thing. And then I'm going to treat myself to my like full body self-care routine. But I wanted to talk about goals. I actually achieved most of my goals last year, even with it being a roller coaster. Oh, Rusty. Excuse me, sir. Hey, Rusty, could you not be right there? Okay, thanks. Like I said, I actually achieved most of my goals last year. Just some of the things I felt, he's on the move. He's coming back. Are you coming back? But there were some things I missed, and that's okay. But let's go over the achievements. I was a lot better about taking care of myself. Not as much as I need to be, but I'm getting better. I almost took 1 bath a week. Sometimes I took 2 or 3, depending on how sore I was, which is good. And I was pretty good about getting a massage almost every month. My TMJ is not bothering me anymore. I've been focusing more so on reducing my stress levels to get rid of that instead of getting the Botox thing in my jaw. That was kind of like a last resort. And we're back. Oh, and we're up. Okay, you guys. Are we settled? I wasn't very good about meditating 3 times a week. Honestly, when I would go to meditate, my racing thoughts would kind of take over and I would cry. So gonna have to find a different solution for that. I read more than 30 books actually this year, as you saw. I did craft more, like not just the pottery studio stuff, but doing fun, cute little crafts. I did not update my scrapbook. You guys, I have so many photos to go through. However, I did go through all the videos on my phone and everything in my downloads folder on my computer. So that made a big difference. And I've been slowly pecking away. I have a game plan to go through the photos this year. I did a better job of making time for friends, and I did start writing my book. I want to get into working on that at least once a week, I think. Skating wise, I got to a place where I was skating well for about a month. I was landing my axle, my double sound, my double loop consistently, and then everything happened and I lost it all. I've talked about this before, that my skating really depends on my mental health, and I've kind of lost my spark. So my only goal this year with skating is just to find that again somehow, and if I find that, then to work on getting consistent again. That's it. My bar is really low. Another part of skating is I'm coaching part-time now. now. I have about a half a dozen private students that I coach lessons to, and I also help with the Learn to Skate programs in my area, and that has been very fulfilling. In ceramics, I hit all of my goals. I started my online shop. I made my first like collection to sell. I taught classes regularly. I sold stuff at my first fair, and I got into an art show. Home projects. We only missed one, which was decluttering the office. It's like a half done. I finished the front yard project, the other side. We did half of it last summer. I moved the backyard sandbox. That's going to be an additional garden. I did my flower box garden this summer, and I did the massive rock garden in the backyard. That took an entire month of August. Are you going to really be right there in front of the camera? I have to sit down. And I decorated for most of the holidays, actually. You can't be there. I successfully filmed a year of workouts to finish off that series on my other YouTube channel. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're close, but we didn't do it. So hoping that still happens sometime soon. I wanted to try out some new different content. I did that and utilize my content more on all platforms, posting about my pottery more and sharing lots of short content. I also put it here to get into Pinterest. That didn't completely happen. I'm not a Pinterest girly. It's just not for me. I also wanted to start a like to know thing so I could link where to buy things, but I don't really like selling people stuff, which I know is the whole point of being an influencer, but I'm not an influencer. I'm just existing. It's different. I'm much more of a DIY kind of person. And I posted more about skating as well, but some of my goals for this year are the same, but different, if that makes sense. Continuing to stretch more often, kind of a little end of the day, 5-minute stretch can really help how I feel the next day, and just improving my general self-care upkeep routine. Working out for myself. I really ended up working out for my students and not for myself for the past couple years, and I think that's just a part of kind of taking care of myself. I'm teaching less workout classes now and taking on more private bookings, like personal training or small groups, instead of just having classes that are drop-in, because I can't count on people to come consistently. So that means it's not a consistent income. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm only showing up for people who are showing up for me as well. Personal goals, I really want to get into my scrapbook, and I think what I'm going to do each month, do a video, probably starting next month because I need to go through photos this month, sitting on the floor and scrapbooking, filming that, but it being a quiet video with just some music overhead. We'll see if you like them. I think I need them because editing takes up so much time for me that if I have a video that I don't really need to edit, it allows me more free time to do creative things like scrapbook. And scrapbooking, I feel like, takes up so much time, but it's a good way to get through your photos and get them cleaned out. I want to do another closet deep clean and sort through all my shoes and bags. We just have too many. I need to let go of some, resell them, donate them. And I want to finish writing my book this year. It doesn't need to be final edit published, but I want to finish writing it by the end of this year. I think I can finish writing it by summer, print it out, and do like the first draft of editing. For ceramics, I actually don't really have that many goals this year. It's kind of now just a sustaining the pottery business and just keeping at it. I do want to go down to only the first and third Saturday for the farmers market in the summer instead of doing every single Saturday, just because I need some Saturdays off. I'm only human. It's as simple as that. And I've already added one winter class, which will be a couple weekends from now. I don't know if I'll end up doing another one. And by winter, I mean not at the farmer's market. So we'll see if I only end up adding one winter class, timing wise, holidays, events, that sort of thing. And I want to do potted plants. So I want to make little pots, the little dish that catches the water so they have a drainage hole in them. And we have so many plants in our house, but we do clippings of them all the time. So it'd be kind of cool to pass on some of these plants. As usual, I have some home projects. None of them are as overwhelming as that rock garden was. We really want to declutter the office. In fact, we picked up a free filing cabinet that has 4 drawers so we can take old files that we need to keep and put them in there, but get them out of there so they're not taking up space. I have a couple rooms downstairs that I want to rearrange and redecorate. I think I'm going to move my bedroom from the room it's in to a different room. I think I'm excited about it. It'll be nice. It has a big window and I do well with extra sunlight. As we've established, I'm just a glorified houseplant, the sandbox garden, and I want to put up some trellises for climbing plants. I want it to feel more cozy in the backyard. On to like social media goals. I want to delete old accounts. Like I don't use my Twitter, might as well delete it. You know, I have an old Instagram account that I never really used, thought I was going to use it, might as well just delete it. That kind of stuff. I've switched to live stream classes on my other YouTube channel. It's just lower maintenance for me. I'm trying to make my life lower maintenance and easier. I put on here utilize Pinterest. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we can write it down. And to close this vlog, I mentioned how in my resets I want to talk about books. This one is kind of an in-between one, so I didn't read as many as I normally do in a month because we just did that whole video last week. However, the first book that I read this year was Quicksilver by Callie Hart. And this was a 5 out of 5 read for me. I absolutely loved it. I loved the world building. I loved the characters and their growth, the grumpy sunshine trope and the enemies to lovers type situation. And it was so good. It was a lot of action, really fast paced read. I did not want to put it down once I started it. And it was one of the longer books I've ever read. I think it was like just over 600. Yeah, just over 600 pages. And I devoured it like in a week and a half. Honestly, if I didn't have all of the tax stuff to prepare, I probably would have read it sooner. And I could not recommend this book more. Read it. Go pick it up. Audiobook, digitally, I don't care. You gotta read it. It's such a good, dark romantasy. Loved it. Next book I'm reading, of course, is Fourth Wing. I know. It's happening. I'm very excited. I've already started it. I'm not gonna say anything. And my first audiobook I decided was gonna be Frankenstein. So that'll be fun to listen to while hopefully next you will see me finishing crocheting a baby blanket. I need to get it done. That's my next video. It's been established. Okay. On that note, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to work on backing up my computer and creating some new cute wallpapers that hopefully bring me some modicum of joy. So yeah, I'll see ya when I see ya.